I bet I'll find him one day. I grabbed another stick and ran around the yard so that Lacey would chase me, which, of course, she did. Lacey and I would be together always. Somehow, deep inside, I knew this to be true. We weren't together every single moment, of course. When we left the yard and Ava let us inside, she put me in my pen with my family, and Lacey was in her pen with hers. I slept happily, piled in a heap with my furry brothers and sisters, dreaming of playing with Lacey. One morning, Ava and Dad arrived very early to feed us. I knew something unusual was going on because they were both excited, Ava especially. Her excitement hummed off her skin. It made her voice high and eager. "Adoption fair day," she told my littermates and me after she poured food in our bowls. We surged forward to gobble it up. I had a lot of brothers and sisters, too many in my opinion, and they all liked to eat just as much as I did. I had to shove Heavy Boy away from my bowl, and while I was doing that, White-Faced Sister pushed her face where mine had been. She was always doing that. Blacktail and Whitetail sisters ate from the same bowl, as they usually did, and Grumpy Brother got a bowl all his own because he was not good at sharing. I kept my eye on Heavy Boy because after he'd eaten more than anybody else, he had a habit of seeking me out and sitting on my head. That's why I thought of him as Heavy Boy. "You'll all have new homes," Ava told us as we ate. I wagged up at her because I knew she was happy. After breakfast and outside time with Lacey, we were put in our crates. Surely that was not what Ava and Dad were excited about. There is nothing especially thrilling about crate time. It is nice for napping, though, so that's what I did, lying on top of Heavy Boy, which was so much more comfortable than the other way around. The crate moved and jolted, which was strange. Crates did not normally do that. But I did not really feel like opening my eyes and investigating, so I just curled up tighter and slept deeper until all the jolting stopped. Then all the grown-up dogs started barking. I heard Lacey yip, and I barked along with the other dogs because it was time for barking. I didn't want to be left behind. I didn't know why we were barking, just that we were barking. "Settle down now," Dad said. "Come on, Ava, let's get the crates out of the pickup." Dad and Ava and some other humans I did not know picked up our crates and carried them a little way before setting them down. I looked around with interest. We were outside in the biggest yard I'd ever seen. I could not even catch sight of a fence. That's how big it was. Dad and Ava and their helpers arranged all the crates in the grass. Lacey's crate was next to mine, and I pressed close to the side of my crate so I could be near her. She did the same thing, and we touched noses through the cold wires and whined a little at each other, partly out of nervousness and partly out of longing to get free of our crates and play and wrestle in the big, wide grass. I couldn't bear to be separated from Lacey. We were supposed to be together always. Ava knew this, and I expected her to let us out of our crates so that we could run in this wonderful, huge yard. The other dogs could stay in their crates, especially my brother, Heavy Boy. Let him sit on somebody else besides me. Lacey and I needed to be let out to play and play. But that didn't happen. I was surprised at Ava and Dad. Usually, they understood dogs very well, but they didn't seem to understand that we needed to explore this new yard. Instead, they were very busy talking with lots of new people who were walking around and looking in all the crates and petting all the dogs. A man and a woman came by our crate, and the man crouched down to look at us. "They're adorable. What breed?" he asked. "Mostly Malamute, I think," Dad told them. "Maybe some Dane, too." "Going to be pretty big then, huh?" the man asked. "We've got a small apartment and there's no yard." "Malamutes need room to run," Dad said. "Let me show you some of our other pups." Dad walked away with the man. I looked over at Lacey and saw that a girl was peering into her crate. She smelled a little older than Ava, and she had long, shiny dark hair that spread out across her back. "Oh, you are the prettiest baby. You are so beautiful," she whispered. She poked her fingers through the